think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right, it's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up, and honey, okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me clearly? What's going on, folks? Hold up. I'm coming, y'all. I gotta make sure my lipstick on right, girl. Hold up. Okay. I had to add the other mic, child, because my mic got messed up. I accidentally stepped on it, broke the clip. Now it be clicking and all of that. I'm like, ain't all that damn clicking. Okay, hold up. Okay. I think I'm ready. Let's see if I'm ready. I think we're ready. Hey, everybody. Okay, child, look. All right, I'm good. I'm all right. I got my little cutoff sweater on, y'all. Because it was just a little cold, girl. It wasn't a lot cold. It was just a little cold, okay? Not enough for a whole sweater. Just for a quarter of a sweater. Okay, I had to go get my lashes done. I had to put my appointment back, girl. It's too much. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Listen, girl. Listen, Linda. If you not a member, if you are not a member, girl, if you are not involved in the membership services, I feel bad for you, girl. I feel bad for you. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit, not a lot. Okay? Because when I tell y'all, we had an excellent interview with Miss Robin from Ladies Who List Atlanta. Child, last night my sister-in-law got engaged. And I came home. Congratulations to Tika, girl. Congratulations to my sister-in-law. All right, her little spooky went and got engaged on Valentine's Day, girl. It was cute. It was real cute. Okay, I was here for it. Okay, and then I had to rush home, girl. I had to rush home because the Ooh Ladies First had our interview with Robin, and we invited our members into the room. It is on it was on Jamie That Sneeze channel, and it will be out for you guys at the end of this week, I believe.
Okay, so y'all will be able to see that before the new episode of Ladies Who List airs. But when I tell y'all, I love when I'm right about people. Girl, I love when I be right. Listen, I ain't got to be right all the time. I don't. I do not have to be right all the time. But girl, when I'm right, when I tell you when I'm right, I be right, girl. I be right, you know. I was paying attention, girl. I was watching interviews and I was seeing how people was, and I was just feeling away. I was just feeling away. And I really just feel like if you were blessed to be a part of that, if you saw the interview, girl, I hope you enjoyed it because we enjoy putting it on for y'all. Okay. It's still like if you saw if you got the link, it is still up there for you to watch before it comes out for everybody else. So y'all should go ahead and check it out. For everybody else, I put together a cute little tease for y'all. So y'all will see that tease on whenever Jamie decides to release it and put it on our Instagram page. So make sure you following the Ooh Ladies First Panel on Instagram so you'll see the little tease of that interview, that 2-hour interview, girl. It was so good. Listen, if you only watch 1 hour, girl, you missed. So you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to come back when it airs, when it premieres. But it was just a really great time, really great conversation. The link is in the Discord, Asia. So if you are one of my members, if you're one of Jamie's members, if you are one of Niecy's members, then you would have got a notification. You're very intuitive. Thank you. I try to be, girl. I try to listen to my intuition. I try to really be engaged in listening to it and creating space and time to be quieted, to be able to listen to said intuition about how I be feeling. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I was right about Dime Piece as well. Girl, I know. I'm glad y'all be listening to me sometimes. I'm glad y'all be listening to me sometimes because let me tell you, Dime Piece is wearing that pregnancy all in her face, but I saw that she announced it this weekend. And that was great. She looks amazing. I'm happy for her. I just, I'm not gonna lie, this is a little messy moment because I'm not about to talk about this on a BondyBlue show. So I'm giving people a moment to get into the room. But let me tell y'all something. When I saw Jessica Dime, put her pregnancy, up, I was just like, has Sean still not married you? Has Sean still not married you? And listen, I don't think marriage is the end all be all, bitch. I don't. And if Jessica has arrived at a location in her life where that is no longer important to her or no longer something that she wants, then bye-bye, God, girl. Congratulations. I'm happy if you happy, okay? But I just personally feel like women should not give men their bodies in that way if they are not getting what they want through commitment from that same man. I'm sorry, when would they have gotten married? When would they have gotten married? When would that have happened? Unless they did it on the low, never announced it, never said anything. That's the only way I can guess that they were married, Mike on. Because listen, Jessica Diamond was on Marriage Boot Camp when Lil Fizzle Pop and them was on there faking a funk. And she wanted to get married and he kept acting like she needed to be better. She needed to be a different version of herself in order to be ready for marriage as far as Sean was concerned. So when I see that she is now pregnant with a second child, I just hope the girl is getting what she wants out of the situation, because I didn't like that then. Like, I didn't like that then. Like, nigga, you've been knowing Jessica Dime since she was in high school. You've been knowing Jessica since y'all was children. Don't get engaged, have a baby, be in a long-term relationship with a woman, and then tell her that she is not deserving of your full commitment. She is not deserving of you being her husband and her being your wife because she wears skimpy clothes. I don't know when they wouldn't have, I don't know when they would have gotten married, but they were not married on marriage boot camp. And something feels to me that if they were married, there would have been an announcement that I would have seen because I follow Jessica. Okay. And you know, I'm like I said, you don't want to like shower people's happy moments with negativity. I think COVID and him playing overseas is the holdup, actually. Oh. Okay. COVID. Okay. COVID is why. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ain't that the same reason why Wine and Robin haven't gotten married? Because of COVID? Mm. Mm. Well, if they are, I hope they are, but I just didn't see an announcement. But congratulations to Jessica, girl. You look good. I'm happy for you. You look healthy. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Okay, that's all that matters at the end of the day is that you can have, you know, footage flying above all your haters announcing your pregnancy. So I ain't mad. I ain't mad. But I just, you know, I think sometimes of those things, okay? I sometimes think of those things like, ma'am, I hope you got what you wanted out that situation because it's about to get harder for you. I'm just saying. But girl, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. There are 250 of y'all in here, okay? Can y'all please share my video? Can y'all share it on Twitter? Can y'all share it on Facebook? Can y'all share it where y'all share content? Let people know y'all in here right now and that we about to talk. We're gonna start with ready to love because I feel like ladies who list deserves to be last. Hold up, that's not right. Hold up, y'all. Let me get the new one. Because there are new people. They're going to be adding new people seemingly every episode for the foreseeable future. They will be adding more people to the show as blind dates. That's the new thing that they're doing. And that's cute. That gives us something. That gives us something. Because we all know we were not happy with what they gave us last season. Okay, which was only a couple of weeks ago, girl. It wasn't that long ago. Here we are. Okay, this is the new set of people. All right, we have here on the end, y'all see the new people? This is AP, and down there is Eric. Okay, and then you had your previous people. You got your Carmen, you got your Cornelius. All right, and then you have your remainder of people that were there from the very beginning. And now you can see there are more men than women, which I like because I'm so tired of there being so many women and a small group of men for them to fight over. No, 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 no. So thank you, Ready to Love, for listening to some of us who were saying we did not appreciate the fact that y'all are creating, you know, this scenario where women are having to fight for men, you know, and just in a way that we don't like and we don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be up to the men, in all honesty. It should always be up to the woman to choose a suitor. And the suitors should be figuring out who they want to put most of their effort into. That is the way I imagine it, because a lot of the times men are the ones that don't know what the fuck they want. So they need to be very sure. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned. But there is a women's lounge finally somewhere inside for these women to sit and discuss. Okay. We got us the new singles, all right, going on blind dates. And we had Dakia go on a blind date with the new guy, Eric. Eric is a chef. They both have either history or current position in engineering. So they have that in common. Type A personalities, extremely smart. I was like, y'all better be smart. Y'all better be into the science of it all. Y'all better be into the technology of it all. Y'all better understand algorithms and X's and O's or ones and zeros. Bitch, y'all better just understand it. I'm here for it. Okay. And I like the fact that he's a chef. He actually reminds me of my cousin if my cousin had better parents. And that's no shade, but child, y'all know y'all didn't. I'm gonna let it go. Listen, if you in my family, and listen, my family don't be watching me like that. They be acting like they watch me like that. But if you in my family and you watch this show, then you might have seen the comparison. I don't know, but he's showing the fuck look like our cousin. If only our cousin had been raised by people that had the time to pour into him versus their own bullshit. But child, that's a different conversation for another time. Okay. But he reminded me of my cousin. I thought he was, nice looking and I liked his vibe. Okay. Then we got the new woman, AP. She's a holistic coach. And I was like, okay, girl, a holistic coach. We gonna see, because that's giving Shiloh vibes from last season. So we gonna see how that plays off. But you know what? Honestly, there is a integrity that I see in AP, and I don't know if I ever really saw that in the same way with Shiloh. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I looked at Shiloh from the jump and was like, this bitch ain't got no integrity. No. But there's something about AP that just feels more mature. There's something about AP that seems like she has more of a understanding. And it might be because, she's a mother. She also is a widow, lost her husband 5 years ago. So I think she has like a depth to her. And AP is a former college professor. Okay. I love that people were in these very rigid jobs. And then you can see as years have gone on, they found careers that, are more aligned with a passion. Okay. Being a holistic coach, being a chef. Like, both of the new people seemingly have gone through a transition where they went from working for other people to then finding working for themselves in a meaningful way. And I really appreciated that. And I noticed that about both of the new people. So AP goes out on a date with Clifton. And the vibe was nice, but it was not the same thing that was happening with Dakia and Eric. Eric basically became Dakia's number one after this date. They had some real magic going on that we were able to see. They had a lot of vibing going on, a lot of in common going on. You know what I'm saying? And then with AP and Clifton, she says that he reminded her of her brother. And so that basically stopped there. And there was nothing more to be given. And we were grateful because there are enough women that want to fuck Clifton. We don't need any more. We don't need any more. Like, if you look at it, you have Joy, Zakia, supposedly Carmen. Like, tops, these niggas need 2 women that's feeling them like that. Okay? They don't need 3-4 women, geared in their direction. So I was glad that AP is someone that's not going to be interested in Clifton. But we'll see as time goes on, because y'all know how these things can change. Who was your number one yesterday may not be your number one today. You know what I'm saying? So Cornelius, Eric, Joy, Dakia, and Ace all go on a group date. And they go painting. Cornelius is there painting his dead cat named Pimp. And everybody thought that was weird. And I'm like, to me, that's not what's bothersome about Cornelius. What's bothersome about Cornelius is that he came on a show that is supposed to be people finding love. I don't know what kind of love he was hoping to find, but most people, when they say they're looking for love, they're looking for some form of a committed long-term relationship. Nobody's coming on ready to love to date somebody for a couple of months and then move on to the next. That's not what this show is about. So Cornelius doesn't need to be here if he is not someone that wants commitment. Like, why are you even here? What are you here for? Are you here so that you can publicize your real estate business? Do we have another person on the show that's only here for what the reality show machine can bring. And if that's the case, I'm glad that his ass was sent on out very quickly this episode, because we told y'all last season we was tired of y'all bringing people on this show that were only here for clout. So if you're not here for love, if you're not here for commitment, then you need to go. Okay, so I was glad that Cornelius, basically let the rest of the women know that he was not their type. He wanted babies and not marriage. That's another thing that I thought was weird. Why do you men always view being tied down to a child as easier than being tied down to a woman? Is it because it's easier to leave a child hanging than it is to leave an adult who can call you and bitch you out about leaving them hanging? Like, is that what it's about? Because it's easier for you to leave the child in the arms of the mother as you go out into the world to do whatever the fuck you want to do, and totally disregard the fact that you don't know where your child is in one moment of any given day. Like, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like a lot of you have become, no, I'm gonna say a lot of you have normalized dysfunctional families. And I'm not saying that every family needs to be man and a woman marriage, but what I am saying is I find it problematic and toxic for a man to be looking for a woman to have children with and not looking to form a long-standing bond with that same woman. I find that problematic. I find going into the situation basically saying, yeah, I want to date you, fuck you, and have romantic relations with you so that I can have a child with you and leave you and the child to fend for yourselves as I detach from you and move on to the next relationship. If a woman is signing up for that, then fine. But most times, women are not signing up for that. Most times, if a woman is going to have a child with someone she's not in a romantic relationship with, she's probably 100% betting that that person wants that child just as much as she does, therefore going to provide in a real active way with that child, because the relationship is about having the child and not about forming the relationship with one another. See what I'm saying? So you're going to have to pick one, is what I'm saying. You're either going to have to choose to be with someone who you are with solely for having a child, and therefore no romantic, attachment on either one of your parts, or you're going to get into a relationship with someone and then therefore, because of that relationship, want to have a child with them. But the idea to just slip a baby in a bitch because you liked her for 5 minutes makes me feel like you want someone to abandon. And I'm tired of y'all with that shit. I'm tired of y'all thinking that it's okay to leave broken homes lying around because it's normalized in 2022 for people to have children and then leave them and then move on to the next one and then have kids there and move on to the next one without ever really creating real bonds with those children in the way that is required. I am tired of y'all. I am tired of y'all. I am tired of y'all. Okay? And that's what it felt like he was saying. He says he wants kids, but doesn't value marriage. And he keeps putting it in the past tense, and then goes on to say that he likes Dakia, but Dakia seems like she wants commitment, which gave him some hesitance. I said, how is a woman wanting commitment before children something to give you pause? What exactly do you think relationships are supposed to be like? I really want him to unwrap what he understands relationships to be. Because to me, I feel like you're basically letting us know that you're a fuck boy, and you don't realize that you're letting us know that you're a fuck boy. You were actually confused that all of the women were turned off by you, when all of the women here are here because the whole premise of the show is I am no longer in a place where I want to date without any commitment, without any real growth, without any real future in the relationship. So I'm coming on the show so I can possibly be paired with other like-minded individuals that are ready for love and for, i.e., committed relationships. That's what the show is for. So the key of wanting commitment before children, giving Cornelius hesitancy, makes me wonder a couple of things. Number one, again, what are you here for? And number two, how do you understand relationships as it pertains to building a family? And what is the overall outcome? How do you see yourself in 20 years after having a child with a woman who you have no commitment with? What does that look like to you? I need to know. Hopefully, Little Black Book will get these questions answered, okay, for us. Anyway, moving on. Sabrina and Paul go on a date. Paul talks about buying folks groceries as a kid, you know, doing the Uber Eats and the DoorDash thing before the internet, before it was a real thing. So he's telling you he's always been astute. He's always been business minded. He's always been a hustler and about his paper. That's a good thing to hear from a man that looks like Robert Kelly. Sabrina reads that in his temperament, his energy. She reads his energy, Sabrina, Miss Young Thing here. Okay. She reads it as intensity that is not compatible with her vibe. She doesn't want a relationship to feel like a business partnership. When she said this, I wanted to let her know, I hope you know that in essence, most long-term relationships are a business partnership. And until you understand that, you really don't understand what marriage is. So don't want marriage, because marriage is a business partnership. And I feel like Sabrina sees business partnership as something different than what I see it as. So the way she was explaining it, to me, it seems like you think business partnership is somebody telling you what to do. And that's not a business partnership. A business partnership is when two people have expertise or knowledge or know what they want to do specifically, and they both have a goal that will work in tandem with the other person that they want to be in business with. Okay, they want to be in business with this person, they want to be in relationship with this person, and so they work together for an overall goal that they have decided is the same, is mutual amongst them. So most people want a certain lifestyle. They want a certain amount of money. They want to be in a tax bracket. They want to have children. They want a vacation. They want to shop. They want to be able to have a certain type of life. So you find you a person that wants those same things that you are attracted to, that you love, and then y'all build a life together, which is a business because it includes money. Okay? You build that together in order to have the desired outcome that both of you want in life. That is the point of marriage at this point, to me. Okay? To me, that is the point of marriage at this point in life. I'm not talking about when niggas was selling their daughters for chattel and shit. I'm talking about in 2022, when somebody thinks about marrying another person, this is what the thought process needs to be. We both have an idea and what we want. I'm going to do this. You're going to do this. It's going to lift the load off the other person in one way or another. And we're going to go into business together to have our life. Okay? That's what that is. So when I heard Sabrina say she didn't want a business partnership, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. But then as she continued on to speak, I understood what she meant. Paul is someone that is constantly pushing, a man that feels like he is constantly in the role of teaching. And even though if a man has a level of expertise or knowledge about something, anybody would listen to what he's saying if he knows what he's talking about. But nobody wants to be led by a man just for the sake of being led by a man if he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Not in 2022. Not us women. I'm just saying, Sabrina seems like a woman much in my same, age group. We came from the same time period. So for us, we don't want to be in relationships with niggas that view us as children, because the way Paul views the relationship in this constant, I'm teaching you, I'm trying to help you get to a better place. Listen, if you don't understand that that's a two-way street, then you want to be in a relationship with a younger person so that you can control them, so that you can groom them, so you can teach them how to be the person that you want them to be for you. Okay? That's what a lot of men do. And to me, that is what Paul wants to do. Okay, Paul wants to find him someone that he can groom and build to be the woman that he wants them to be. And not every woman wants to be pushed, wants to be taught, wants to be led in that way. Some women want to be with a man that understands that he has a position in life and he has an understanding and an expertise, and she has a position in life and an understanding and an expertise. And if I have a better understanding of something, it does not matter that I don't have a dick. You're going to listen to me. And because you have a certain understanding and an expertise in something, I am your woman. As your woman, I'm going to listen to you. That is how these things should work. Okay? That is how they should work. And to me, at least in my opinion, you guys, I'm telling you, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I'm saying as a full, capable adult that will have a good life, regardless to whether I am in a relationship with somebody or not, I don't need to be with someone who feels like everything we do is a learning opportunity for me, but not for them. Because there's nothing that I can really teach them. There's always something that they can teach me. They're always trying to push me. And sometimes people don't need to be pushed. Not in that way. Sometimes people need to be lifted, not pushed. And there's a difference. So there are certain things about Paul that I noticed from this conversation that I did not notice before, that I feel like for a lot of these women who are in their mid, early, late 30s, early 40s, whatever the situation, these women have created a life for themselves that they don't need a man to push them to be better. They're already where they need to be. And a nigga just need to be where he need to be. And then we could, if we're, in conjunction, then we can junction, function, you know what I'm saying? All of this shit together. Like, that's the point. Okay? But I really do feel like that's the reason why Sabrina told him that she didn't want to be with him, because a lot of what he feels like to her is an older man trying to tell a younger woman what to do. So she told him that he felt more like a friend than a lover, and she let him off easy. And he took it, you know what I'm saying? And he ate it, and he didn't give her any disrespect. So we were like, okay, cool. Paul wants to be a dictator rather than a partner who is equally yoked. Yes. He saw Sabrina as the youngest looking woman there and thought she was an easy target. Sabrina was wants a partner to enjoy life together and walk side by side with. Yes, exactly. The kind of man that has to feel significantly better than the woman he is with, because to be beside a fully capable woman would make it glaringly apparent that they're just mediocre at best. Come on. That right there, that's it. That's exactly it. Because that's why you don't want to stand next to a fully capable woman, and you dress down and demean fully capable women and say things like, oh, she act like she don't need a man and all of that. Like, no, nigga, I just don't need a weak one. I don't need one that thinks he's so smart that he doesn't realize when he's in the room with someone who's smarter than him and can recognize that he's on bullshit. Recognize that he's copying and pasting, so to speak. Exactly why I didn't stay with him. Felt like he was grooming me. Ooh, I'm surprised he made it this far, honestly. Appreciate that. P.O. can't afford to be a teacher because the younger women will require him to open his wallet, and he doesn't want to do that. So he's on this show thinking the older women are thirsty enough to let him slide. Wow. I like how nobody called him P.O. Sir, you are Paul. Oh, yeah, ain't nobody doing that. Bondi, where do I subscribe to the relationship advice? Child, I'm just giving y'all what I feel like I know. Today's Precious is the only one that has a connection with him, yet I'm not sure the admiration is mutual. I'm not sure if it's genuine. I feel like it absolutely might be a situation where she's holding on to him because she recognizes that she doesn't have any other connections either. Paul can get a woman in his age group who will do just that. However, that type of middle-aged woman requires monetary solvency. That's another thing. Like, we want y'all to stop getting these brokies. Like, check these niggas' tax returns, okay? Like, and that's listen, I'm not saying that women should always be focused on money, but what I'm saying is this is an age group where women should not have to worry about if this nigga is getting with me so that I can take care of him. So y'all, AP, Joy, Demetrius, Laverne, and Paul go bowling. And Paul is teaching. And I was about to be annoyed with him, but then he said that his mama was a 300 bowler and she taught him how to bowl. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you in this moment. Because to me it sounds like, because of your mother, you know what you're talking about, especially if I don't know how to bowl like that. I'm gonna listen to what he's saying in this moment. Okay. Just saying. So Laverne and Joy also have a moment, and he wants her to grab his ass. I'm like, Laverne, what is with you wanting all of the women to grab your ass? What is that about? Like, you're doing that now. I've seen that more than once, and I feel like you shouldn't have let Carmen's crazy ass grab your butt either. And I'm wondering what happened with you and Carmen. Y'all were talking, but I did not hear her say, that actually said you were in her bottom. So I'm very much wondering what these conversations with Laverne are like when we're not on camera, because the back and forth between him and Joy was flirtatious, jokey, a little corny, but it was more so like fodder, like back and forth, and Joy actually enjoyed that type of back and forth. Whereas I feel like with some of the other women, they may not enjoy that. And I'm not sure if it's because something is actually wrong with Laverne. Like, is he doing something, or is he just not compatible with some of the other women and they just don't understand his vibe? I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure that, it'll be revealed to us. I also appreciated that Joy is actually trying when she goes on dates with other people. I was nervous at first that Joy was going to put all her eggs in Clifton's basket, because she would go on a date with somebody and it would just be like, oh, but I'm feeling Clifton more. And it was like, okay, so is this what we're gonna do? But I feel like she is absolutely enjoying the other dates and really trying to see if there's a connection with someone else, and I like that. So Sabrina, AP, Wiley, Tori, and Demetrius go on a date. Demetrius is all the way in the back of the bus by himself versus sitting next to one of the women. He wasn't really engaging. Both AP and Sabrina felt a way about that. AP and Wiley had some conversation on the bus, but Wiley is too young for her. He engages her. He's asking questions. And I think that's how Wiley gets the women, is that somebody must have told him, ask a woman questions, engage, listen to what she has to say, because otherwise these older women may not want to give you the time of day, and it is what it is. But for AP, Wiley is still too young for her. And for a lot of the women, Dakia, Ace, probably Precious, maybe, there are some of them that feel like Wiley just may be a little too young for them. Okay, so Clifton and Joy finally get a chance to go on another date. And girl, she let him taste some of her food. I said, you're going to get tired of letting that man put his mouth on your drinks and your forks during a panorama, because you don't know what's going on. And you really out here like, oh, put your mouth on my drink, Clifton. Oh, he'll eat this food off my fork, Clifton. And you didn't know that the man was allergic to coconut. And now he's having an allergic reaction in a restaurant. But it was okay. It was okay. They continued on their conversation. And she talks about how she was raised by her father. Her mom had to go back to Trinidad, and her father was, the only parent that she had. And even though he was not, when I saw him, I was like, nigga look like my daddy. Nigga look like my daddy, okay? So I understand what she meant, rough around the edges. But the type of man that would be a single parent to a child and still do their best, you just always, sometimes are in awe of that, because you just don't hear a lot of that. And my dad did that as well. Before he met my mom, he was a single parent to my brother and my sister. So, having a parent, a father that is like that is always a blessing. So when she got emotional crying about his passing, that definitely touched me as well, understanding that, like, I didn't just have my father, but I was definitely a daddy's girl. So Clifton talks about losing his father as well. He also lost his father when he was about 22 years old. And he talks about how his father was the nucleus, and a lot of things fell apart after he died. And I'm like, I feel the same way. I don't spend nearly as much time with my nephews as I used to. And it's just because me and my brother are not close. So, if you don't invite me to things, if I don't invite you to things, then we don't see each other, and your kids don't see me, and then we just don't form that bond. You know what I'm saying? And it's just all been really weird since Katrina for my family. Like, I don't know, but it has not been able to gel back for all of us the way it was before. And, you know, that's why we always talk about it like, you know, the benchmark and the end of an era for a lot of us, because a lot of things change and we just can't even quantify or vocalize it all the way, you know? Um, you heard him say he had a 3-year-old? No, I did not hear Clifton say he had a 3-year-old. I missed that. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're going to need some backstory about that as well. What's the relationship like with the BM? Okay, that's the new baby. How are you co-parenting? You know, like, are you there for your child? Because I'm sorry, if you're not there for a 3-year-old, then I can't trust that you're going to be worth shit in a relationship with myself. Like, I don't want to be with a man that's not taking care of his children. And that's just me, okay? Because I know a lot of y'all don't give a fuck about that. A lot of y'all bitches get with these niggas and y'all know they're not doing nothing for their kids. And then y'all put it in y'all mind that, oh, the baby mama must be so difficult, and let that nigga cry on your shoulder. And then you fuck around, have a baby for him, y'all break up, and you see the nigga ain't there for you neither. And now all of a sudden you a part of the Bitter Baby Mama Club. Bitch, listen to the girl before you. Listen to the girl before you, or at least find out for yourself if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with a man. You need to find out for yourself if it's her or if it's him. Clifton has been married twice and his youngest is 3 years old. Okay. Still, what's the situation? If she's an ex-wife, she's not with baby mama. What is the relationship? that changes nothing for me. But anyway, after they talked about that, he talks about how hard it was for him, excuse me, dealing with his father's death. And then he jokes about, you know, wanting parts of himself inside parts of her. And it was just like, okay, we didn't ask for this, but okay. And so then the women meet up. And Ace talks to Laverne every day. He's her top. And I appreciate that. Honestly, I like the fact that there are matches on this show where the man or the woman may not be clicking for everybody else, but they click for one person in particular. I honestly kind of like that. I think it makes it realer and more honest, okay? But sometimes it can also be on some fugazi shit, okay? So we just have to wait and see. But either way, I'm here for Ace and Laverne because Laverne does speak so highly of Ace and vice versa. So I just would like to see more of their interactions instead of everything being on the phone. Sabrina, Joy says Clifton is her top, and then Carmen comes right behind her and says the same thing. And I said, Carmen's lying. Clifton was not feeling Carmen like that. He didn't like the blue contacts. I imagine that, like many men, if you are physically attracted to someone's body, you can overlook their personality flaws and the way they may be rubbing you wrong if they're giving you the right energy. But in the moment, I just kind of felt like Carmen said that because everyone else also said they liked Clifton. He was the most liked. So it just made me feel like, yeah, she's on bullshit. We're gonna have to keep our eye on her. And then I saw the preview to next week's episode, and I was like, I was right. I felt it in that moment. I was just like, you just saying that because you're trying to like stay in the game and be a competitor. I really do think she came in with this old bitch mindset, like just so 90s of you to value yourself as higher than the rest of these women because your hair is real and you have fake blue contacts. Like, girl, grow up. Like, anybody can have hair. I really do realize some people really don't get it. Like, they really think, for instance, y'all, can you imagine people really think that I have short hair because I can't grow hair? Like, somebody saw an old picture of me, you know, that had never met me before, and saw, you know, the picture on my wall from my engagement pictures. And, you know, my hair is down here at the time. And he was like, that's you with all that hair? That's your hair? I was like, yeah. Like, the fuck? Like, what is that, weird or something for me to have hair because I don't have hair now? Like, I don't have hair now because I'm 33 and I make videos and work out all the time. I don't have time to be fucking with thick ass 4B, 4C. You know, I don't have time for that. Okay, like you grew your hair out last year and cut it. Exactly. Like, I don't have time. Like, y'all, this is just what's easiest for me. You know what I'm saying? In my life, with my lifestyle. And I like looking neat no matter what. Like, I don't like having to fuck with my hair. I have videos to do. I have work to get done. I don't have time to be fucking with my hair for hours and hours and hours. So I just think it's so weird that people are still in a mindset of thinking that Black people don't grow hair or don't grow long hair. It's like, no. If you don't, especially if you have natural hair, you absolutely grow long hair. Like, unless you have some type of disease or alopecia or something that prohibits that, most Black women grow very long, thick hair if they are not damaging it with perm and relaxers. Which is why if my hair would ever be long, I could not wear it blonde because that would ruin the hair. The fact that I constantly cut my hair and recolor it is the only reason why it's able to be healthy and cute at this color. Okay? So people are just really weird to me. I just want everybody to know Black women grow extremely long, thick, beautiful hair, especially when they have not continued to be mind fucked by the system of racism, making them feel like their thick, beautiful hair is not acceptable or not attractive. If they can get that out of their head and find them somebody that, you know, knows how to actually help them grow their hair, then they will know that. And I don't care what y'all say, y'all get perms, y'all hair be thin. Y'all think it don't be thin until somebody straightens and really straightens some natural hair. And then you see, you know, how thin permed hair really is. And it's because it's just not as healthy. It may be soft, but it's just not as healthy. It is what it is. Like, y'all, my mama is a hairstylist. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Even my mom and them, like, they get relaxers way less than they used to. Girls used to come and get relaxers every 2 weeks. Now, every month or so. You know, they space it out so that their hair can retain some of its thickness. Okay? Because when you're constantly putting that fucking white crack, when you're putting that crack on your, you know, that creamy crack on your scalp every 2 weeks, girl, it's gonna stunt the growth. I'm sorry, y'all. It stunts the growth for most women, for most Black women. It will stunt the growth of your hair. But you know, okay, I'm actually over my long natural hair. It always has to be all the way done, not just a ponytail or something, or I can't leave that. And see, don't nobody feel like doing all that. Right. It stretches elasticity. Right. I was so proud to see the kids at Carr High School with their natural hair on the news. Oh my God, I love that. Y'all, that's over here on the West Bank of New Orleans. Anyway, I've been blonde for 7 years. I've been using a particular product to keep it healthy. That's good, girl. But like the white that I like to keep my hair, and as often as I like to keep it colored, there's no way that I'm not gonna fry my ends. It's just, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. Yep, and relaxers cause fibroids. Child, you ain't gotta tell me. I stopped I've gone back, you know, and thought I could do it. Nah. Natural and short until the foreseeable future. Do you hear me? Easiest, best thing I've ever done in my life. Okay. But yeah, Carmen, back to the show. Carmen is not, no, she needs to go next. Sabrina is feeling Demetrius. She says they talk a lot and he listens, and she also likes Tori. Precious is mostly connected to Paul. She's looking for someone to build and help her grow. And see, that's the thing. So for a woman like Precious, and she argued, you know, on behalf of Paul because she feels like that would work for her. And I'm kind of like, okay, I'm going to take that from you today. I'm going to take that from you today. But I saw you smacking somebody's ass and it wasn't Paul's next week. So if this is a feeling you've never felt before and he's your strongest connection and all of that, we'll be able to tell if you're lying or not next week. Okay, so we'll wait on it. Dakia says Eric threw a monkey wrench in her game because Clifton and Demetrius were at her top, but now Eric is. And they showed Joy's face every time somebody said Clifton. She was turning her face up. I was like, girl, please stop reacting. I know you can't help it, but stop. Wiley is too young for a lot of the women. Like I said, Laverne and Cornelius are on the kid's bottom. She says Laverne is too messy, which I need some elaboration on that. And then Carmen follows that up with the same thing, saying that Laverne texts her some very negative things. And, he swears that he's not negative. And I was like, what does that even mean? I feel like no one is exactly being clear on what is going on with Laverne. Like, what does that even mean? I need to understand, because y'all aren't being very clear on what Laverne has said and done to turn y'all off. A says that Paul is on her bottom. Joy says Cornelius and Paul is on her bottom. Sabrina says Cornelius and Paul are on her bottom as well. And she believes Paul is saying one thing, but it's not matching the energy that she's feeling from him. So I think what she was saying without saying it is that Paul acts like he has his shit together, but the energy he gives is an old ass nigga that does not, in fact, have his shit together. And then Precious, argues on his behalf, and she takes him out on a date to tell him that he may or may not be ready to love. And she expressed how the other women were feeling about him. And he basically goes on a tangent about how if they can't accept a man that's honest with them, then they need to take a look at themselves and all of this shit. And then she tells him, simmer it down. I was just about to tell you that I think they're wrong and I don't feel that way. And I feel like we have a great connection and all of that. And then he was like, okay, well, maybe I need to listen to what the women are saying. And I'm like, you should have had that attitude from the very beginning. So you another one that I feel like went to therapy just so you can learn the language so that you can use it to manipulate women. But we'll see. I'm really waiting. I'm gonna wait, but I'm just telling y'all right now, I'm probably right about Precious and Paul, but we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see. I want to be wrong about you people. I really do. And then we see Joy go on a date with Clifton, and not with Clifton, y'all, with Cornelius. And she just straight up told him, you are not ready to love. Get out of here. Get the fuck going. Get the fuck out of here. And he's not ready to love because he doesn't want commitment. Like, who asked you for that? Who asked you for that? You know what I'm saying? What do you guys say in the comments, girl? Y'all still talking about perm? Precious might be this season's new mean. Oh, we'll see. Paul's tangent was very telling to me. You could just see in her face how turned off she got. Girl, let's see. I think the finer strand size your hair is, the tighter your curls, you have to be careful when using chemicals. Oh yeah, girl. I know, girl. You are right about PNP. Precious and Paul, girl. I'm right about PNP. Paul needs to go, but Cornelius had to go first. Agreed. Because I feel like at least Paul is lying to everybody saying he wants commitment. Cornelius said friend zoned by 7 women. That's new. That made me, I know. I was like, sir, you need to go back and watch this episode. Cornelius doesn't want commitment, but wants little corn muffins. That shit is hilarious. Well, guess what? Go and be like Van Jones and find you a white woman to do that with. Because I don't know a lot of Black women. And I say this just because I feel like Black women aren't allowed the conveniences and the space a lot of the times to get to a mind frame where this is something that they would want to do. Having a child with someone that they're not in a relationship with, but that they have a friendship with, and both of them want a child. So they agree. So they agree to have a child together with the knowledge that they are not in a relationship. And I feel like maybe that's something that Cornelius needs to look into. And I said, I just kind of feel like Black women aren't really like trying to do that. I'm not about to grow your seed in my womb and, have this detachment from you off rip. Like just the knowledge that it's never going to be that. No woman wants to go through that while they're pregnant with your child, because I feel like a lot of times, and I could be wrong, I've never been pregnant, but from what I've seen, it seems to me that a lot of times when women are pregnant, they have more feelings, more emotion for the father of the child because that man semen is growing in their womb. And so even if you weren't really with the nigga, like that's why a lot of people will wait until after someone has a child and there's like a time period before there will, like for instance, a man has a baby mama, the baby mama hasn't had the baby yet. A lot of women don't want to be in a relationship with you because by the time she had that baby, something may have happened between the two of y'all because of the hormones, because of the DNA being mixed. Okay. So for me, I just kind of feel like I don't see many Black women knowingly going into something like that in the same way that I would view white women. So if Cornelius wants to do that, then he needs to go and find him a friend to have a baby with. But do not get into a romantic relationship with a woman under the guise that you are going to give her long term, also that you can impregnate her and break up with her and then leave her holding the bag while coming to visit ever so often and acting like you're doing the same amount of work. Because that's what a lot of you niggas do. And a lot of women let y'all get away with it because they just so happy that somebody's coming to pick their child up. They act like somebody, being there a few days out the week is good enough, when really motherfuckers need to be here on a daily basis in order to really be doing the same work. But okay. But okay. You know what I'm saying? My best friend had my son for me, and we have the understanding we are parents to our son, and we have never been romantic. And guess what? That's what's up. That's not common. That is not common. But that's what's up. As long as that understanding is there ahead of time and we have talked about, and to me, honestly, these situations are much better because y'all know that y'all are not in it for the romance. So y'all are going to have the conversations you need to have about the child, because that's the most important thing, that y'all are on the same page with the child. So y'all are going to have the conversations. Whereas in romantic relationships, people are not having those conversations. They just slip and fall and getting fucking pregnant, and then just like, oh, I'll have a baby with this person. The child gets here, and now you figured out that y'all don't even want to raise the child the same way. So this is actually a good thing if that's what y'all want to do. I mean, I don't suggest marriage for everybody, but that doesn't mean people shouldn't have partners in raising children. So do what you're going to do, but know what the situation is ahead of time and have things agreed upon. So it's not a situation where you end up putting a child through unnecessary trauma because you didn't do your due diligence, figuring out whether the person you were choosing to have a child with was compatible for co-parenting. Not compatible for a relationship, not compatible for anything else but co-parenting. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul was giving that Child Paul was giving that Tyler Perry monologue. I wanted Precious to say, yeah, you're not ready to love, or you're not ready to live or love. Child, StreamYard tripping. It wasn't me. It was StreamYard. I know I was froze, girl. It wasn't me. It was StreamYard. I know I need to stop, but I'm a soldier, so fuck it. Okay, listen, y'all. Y'all go ahead and like the video, and we're going to get into Ladies Who List. Okay? Besides, I'm responsible for supplying the public. My daddy got shot, so I'm holding it down. Out of line, out of bounds, putting 4 in the clown. Bitch, answer when I call. Make me know you got my change. I put this in your brain and you think I'm playing games? See, that's why the niggas like you get murdered for cane. Put yourself on a spot where you won't be working the game. Why you let your partners from the block confuse you? You broke them off with baggage and they try to misuse you? Now tell me who got assed up. You and me too, huh? And Bubba wanted his money, so I gotta kill you now. Sorry, y'all. I just sometimes like to monologue some of my favorite raps. Okay, the internet is fully feeling the Mercury in this retrograde. StreamYard has been giving us a time, girl. Are we ready to get into Ladies Who List? Because now, with the understanding that I have, the understanding that I have from Miss Robin, okay? Shout out to Miss Robin, okay? Listen, that she is definitely an elder that I would love to soak up you know, what she has to give, what she has to offer. Yeah, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna just go ahead and have to tell y'all. I feel like from now on, y'all gonna be like y'all was with Monique when it comes to Robin. Y'all gonna be mad, girl. Y'all gonna be mad because I'm about to tell y'all right now. And girl, listen, in my head now, that's my friend. Like, like she don't know. As soon as like I'm gonna hit her up. As soon as I have like, you know, what I need, I'm gonna be hitting her up like, hey, Miss Robin, what's going on? Condos in Atlanta that allow dogs. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And can I rent it out? Like, can we do that? And then I can, okay, what you did? Okay, because I want to do that too. Y'all, Robin was everything. We interviewed Robin last night. Only our members were in the room. It will be premiered on Jamie That's Me's channel sometime this week. Jamie is going to announce it and let y'all know exactly when. But when I tell y'all, if you were in the room, then you understand. Okay, like, oh my God, Robin was everything. And that's just what I'm gonna leave it at. And I feel like this is like our best interview yet. I feel like we have done some really great interviews with the Ooh Ladies First panel. Shout out to my girls. But this interview we just did with Robin has to be like number one on that list for top 5 interviews from the Ooh Ladies First panel. And that's how I feel. So with that being said, let's get into the episode. So Crystal and Robin were having a conversation at Kiana's party, okay, for her business. Y'all know her brokerage firm. She had her 1-year anniversary to celebrate, 50 million in sales, okay, letting the girls know that she's out here dipping it, doing it. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all, now that we've had the conversation and I can now think back on the feelings that I was having. So everybody was like, they were so glad that Kiana was making sure that they were not making a mockery out of her event. I was annoyed. I was annoyed that she was constantly trying to micromanage the scene to make sure that, what I'm doing is being at the forefront. And I get it. And I understand it because that is what it was about. It was her event. It was about her. But we're also filming a television show. And we're filming a television show because you probably had that event for the television show. So her constantly throwing her weight around and dictating these conversations at these events for the past couple of episodes have been annoying me. And it annoyed me this episode. So Crystal and Robin take their conversation outside. And, basically Crystal says to Robin, you wanted me to chase you like you were giving me dick. And Robin is like, no, I don't want you to chase me like I'm giving you dick. I want you to reach out to your friend, your best friend, your sister, all of that, and apologize for what you did because you know what you did. Okay? Crystal says that everything she's done has been out of love. I said, Crystal, you a bald-faced lie. I don't like when people try to act like they're genuine and and you're just being difficult. She really sat in this conversation with Robin, acting as if Robin slapping her hand was the biggest assault that happened. When the truth of the matter is, you knowingly antagonized your friend. You knowingly brought people around her who had every intention on digging in her ass when she was trying to present something she felt strongly about. You're not a good friend, Crystal. It doesn't matter that you know things about Robin that other people don't know. You still were not being a good friend to her. I did not watch Crystal's interview with Kempire because I did not know about it. I've heard about it. I hate to do it, but we're gonna stop going live for a little while after this. I'm not gonna do Ratchet Reality right after this, but when I do it, it will be pre-recorded because this is StreamYard. This is not my Wi-Fi. Just so we're very clear on that. I'm not dropping any other place but with the StreamYard. So this is annoying me. But as I was saying, I am not interested in what Crystal has to say because I feel like I know what I'm seeing, and I have seen you repeatedly lie to your therapist, to your father, and to anybody else who will listen about what I saw take place on television. So I don't want to see your interview because your interview is going to be probably lies like what I've seen you do on the show. There are some people that I just don't need to hear the outside part of it. I just don't. But either way, Robin says that Crystal went 4 weeks without reaching out to her. Crystal says that she was hurt too, and that Robin could have reached out to her as well. Robin doesn't acknowledge hitting Crystal's hand. And in our interview, she spoke on that. Y'all gonna have to watch, and see what she said. But she definitely spoke on it, and she does not have any regrets because she feels like Crystal was purposefully antagonizing her. And, if you're going to press people's buttons, you're going to get the reaction that you get. That's how Robin feels about it. Okay. And in real life, I can't say I exactly disagree with her, but I also feel like just to keep people from suing you, you should probably keep your hands to yourself. But I understand. You should stream with OBS. It's better. Actually, I tried to stream with OBS yesterday, and if you were there, then you saw that I had to get off and come back on. So yeah, no, it's not better. It may be better for some, but for me, it's not. Okay. But I appreciate that. But I do have OBS. So yes, Robin doesn't acknowledge hitting Crystal's hand in the moment. Robin gets up to leave because she feels like this conversation with Crystal is not going anywhere. Crystal is not taking any accountability for anything, and she's acting like Robin was the one that did something to her, and that's all that happened. Okay. And then she says that she feels like she's constantly having to walk on eggshells around Robin. Robin is like, you've never expressed to me that you felt that way. Crystal keeps saying that she wants to say what she has to say. Y'all, that part annoyed me. Somehow we get to this moment where everything that Crystal is saying, Robin has an answer for. But what about when you did this to me? Because Crystal keeps talking about Robin's responses to her without talking about what she did to get that response out of Robin in the first place. Can we just talk about me for a second? Just for a second. Can we just talk about me? I'm like, girl, this entire conversation is gaslighting at its finest. Do you hear me? To literally sit in this lady's face and act like you don't know what the fuck she's talking about, to act like you actually are that hurt behind her slapping your hand, because you put your hand up again and pushed her again as if you did not care that she hit your hand. So now for you to sit up here and act as if this woman has hurt you so much and you can't possibly give her feelings the time of day, I just don't have time for Crystal. And I feel like Robin was trying to get up and walk away. And then Crystal is like, are you going to let me say what I have to say? I want to say what I have to say. And she's like, okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. She has to say, okay, go ahead several times because Crystal keeps saying over and over again, let me say what I have to say. And it reminds me of Kiana. It reminds me of the person they're not actually trying to resolve this issue. They have a problem with you and they want to make other people see why they have a problem with you. They don't want to resolve it. They don't want to get past it. They don't want to hear you out. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to, understand your side of it. That's not what they're here for. They're here to make other people realize that you're the problem. In every conversation, every confessional, Crystal is trying to make sure that everybody who's watching this show knows that Robin is the problem. Robin is the issue. Every single time. Okay? Even in her confessional, she's saying shit like, people may wonder why I'm friends with Rob, but I'm a very, what did she say? A very calculated, a very micromanaging, type person. Like, she was basically saying that because she's so type A, she needs to be around somebody like Robin that's crazy and more free spirited to help balance her out. And there is some truth to that. But why do you have to preface it with other people may not understand this? Why are you assuming that people are not going to like Robin? And I think that meticulous. Thank you so much, Lady J. Y'all thought that Robin was going to be the one that everybody hated. And now that you see that Robin is actually being liked, Robin is actually being related to on a deep level, everybody's upset about it. And now they want to run in the opposite direction. But when y'all were filming and thought that everybody was going to watch the show and shit on Robin, y'all were full speed ahead. But now that that's not what's happening, everybody's upset. And you can tell because Crystal is constantly apologizing for Robin, constantly, making it seem as if you guys just don't understand and all of this type of shit. And it's all fake to me. It's all fake to me. It's all fucked up to me. And it's annoying. Okay. Robin says, okay. Crystal says that she was just trying to console Robin in an unpredictable moment. She didn't know they were going to go after Robin the way they did, which is a lie. We all know she knew because Kiana told her. Kiana told her that she was going to go after her. Child, I know that Kiana and Crystal are really friends. I can tell that Kiana and Crystal have become real friends. I can tell. They are a lot alike. But anyway, like I said, Crystal tells Robin that she felt it was very hurtful for Robin to take the side of people who she was arguing with. And I'm like, well, she's not taking the side of people she's arguing with. You're upset that she likes Tiffany. And she mentioned that Tiffany understood where she was coming from. And you, her very close best friend, did not. That's what she's saying. To show that she's not the only one in the moment that recognized that y'all were on bullshit. And so then Crystal turns it around and says the only reason that they may have Robin's back or understand her perspective is because they want her business. And Robin is like, get your fucking head out of the bank. That's not what this is about. And that's another thing. You don't have any compassion or sympathy for your friend. You don't. Because if you did, then why would you look at someone who was able to empathize her in a moment where you couldn't as a problem and an issue for you now to stump out? Oh no, I don't like the fact that she found somebody that was on her side. Now I'm going to not like that person. Now I'm going to blow it out of proportion. Now I'm going to act like they couldn't possibly genuinely like you, Robin. They can't possibly really like you. Why do you feel like that? It's because you feel like Robin is beneath you. You feel like Robin is from the slums. Robin is from the hood. And you find value in Robin. But other people can't really possibly find value in Robin because you feel like she's not deserving of that. I really do feel like that. I feel like Crystal looks down on Robin. And when we got the backstory behind their friendship and the way their friendship started out and where Robin was in her life when she and Crystal became friends, it is even more obvious to me that Crystal befriended Robin for a few different reasons, but the long-term version of their friendship is I get to have a friend that makes me feel better about myself because I am insecure. That's how I feel. Okay, y'all, my dog is outside going ape shit. I'm about to go pop her. I hate when she just sits and barks and barks and barks and barks. But Robin pointed out to Crystal that for her to take the side of the people that she was arguing with. And Crystal says that, could it be about her for just a second? I'm like, no, we can't have a conversation about what happened at that dinner if we're only going to talk about her hitting your hand. If we're not going to talk about you knowing that Kiana had beef with her. She sat there and lied in Robin's face and told Robin that she had no idea that Kiana and Kira were going to come at her like that. Girl, you is a bald-faced lie. We looked at your face when it was happening and you looked happy about it. And let's not forget that the moment where it seemed as if Kiana may want to let Robin off the hook, Crystal says, be honest, Kiana. Be honest, Kiana. You wanted her to get in Robin's shit. Stop it. They're not that close in age. I believe that most of the women are in their like late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s. But Robin, I believe, is the oldest at 50. Okay. But Kiana was able to, have her little speech and thank her husband for adding to her business and believing in her. And I'm not going to go too deeply into it, but the truth of the matter is when I was listening to her speech, I was dissecting her speech. And a lot of the times when I dissect people like that is because I feel like it's not about what they're saying to me. It's about what's between the lines of what they're saying. And there was a moment where she was thanking her husband where she's talking about how overly ambitious that she is. And my husband was like, babe, she's just thanking her husband because she, does a lot. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't see a lot of men apologizing to their wives while simultaneously thanking them for them being ambitious. Why is she apologizing for her ambition? It just seemed facetious. It seemed like a humble brag, like, really? Okay. It was something about the way she was saying it. Like, he's supposed to help you. He's supposed to help you. And you're supposed to be whatever the fuck you want to be. And if you are a business-minded Black woman, then why are you saying to your husband, I know, I'm just so into my business. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for understanding that I'm a woman who's about her business. Like, I'm not apologizing to no fucking body for making money. Listen, I will always thank Lyric for making coffee and for being my lover and my secretary. I will thank my husband every day for being my lover and my secretary. But I will never apologize for being career driven. Who the fuck gonna take care of me if I don't? The fuck? Said she was a busy woman like 3 times. Girl, it was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a lot. But anyway, you guys, Robin and Crystal decided to let bygones be bygones. And really, it was let's let the conversation be dead because, child, we just going around in circles because nobody's taking accountability for anything. So Robin goes over to the YouTuber's house and she talks about, I'm always forgetting their name, but y'all know their names. But she goes over to the YouTuber's house to see their new house. She formed a friendship with them and she talks to them about how, well, really, they talk to us about how Robin helped them understand the process. And she explains that at 21, she became a landlord and she used one house to buy another and another. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do. And I've been talking about this very heavily ever since Hurricane Ida happened. Okay. So I loved the fact that she taught them, real estate and gave them understanding because I feel like people just want you to buy a house. They don't want to give you that experience. I didn't have that experience. Lyric and I learned a lot just from, trial and error and what we had to go through. So having someone explain things and help someone understand the process. So moving forward, they know what to do to use one house to get another house and all of that. I love Robin for that. And I definitely gonna be texting her about that. So like I said, you know what I mean? But it is Robin's birthday. So while she's having this conversation, her mother, sister, and niece FaceTime her. And we got a chance to see that their relationship is a work in progress. She has explained to us previously that her mom kicked her out when she got pregnant. And she was very angry with her mother. Then her sister She explained, in the interview, y'all have to watch it, but her and her sister have a relationship, and then her and her niece, but Robin is not the person that it came off as. Like, oh, I just don't get along with any women because I don't get along with the women in my family. That's not exactly it. I've been wronged by the women in my family, so I don't trust women. Natural response. Natural response. But now, as an older woman, understanding things, having conversations, and now trying to build this relationship with her family, they're working towards being in a better place. And I was glad we got a chance to see that, because I felt like that was the part we were missing, was where's the family dynamic. And I really, I forgot to ask her, but I wonder if we're going to see her kids, because she spoke about her 2 kids as well, and her daughter. And I'm like, if she has a good relationship with her daughter, then she's definitely not the woman that everybody, I believe, thinks she is when she says, I don't get along with other women like that. Because to me, when you got girls for children, if you've been a good mother to your girl children and you have a good relationship with your girl children, then obviously you can get along with women. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you get along with packs of women who have that pack mentality. Me, myself, I don't. Thank you for that, Erica Williams. I'll look that up. Y'all, I said this so many times when we were talking to Robin, but I have a lot in common with her. Also, best friend was a boy growing up. You know what I'm saying? Grew up mostly being friends with guys. Never really was into the cliquey thing, with women. Too catty, too much bullshit, too much, just too much bullshit for me. Now, I have my one Mabel Scrabble now, and I'm so grateful for her. Because we're on the same wavelength, equally yoked in our friendship. And I appreciate that so much about her. Shout out to Kima. But I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a long time, it's just always been me and whoever I'm in a relationship with, that's my best friend. So, shout out to Lyric, But I understood where she was coming from with being the type of woman that isn't always in a clique of women. You know what I mean? And there's a difference between being a tomboy, yes, or, having more friends that are men. There's a difference between being that type of woman and then also being a woman that's always in it with a woman, like always having an issue with another woman. Like, that's not always mutually exclusive. You know what I'm saying? But either way, we see Tiana take Quinetta, the designer of the previous house we saw last episode, take her and her son to see a 2,000 square foot ranch on 5 acres of land. 3 bedroom, 3 bath. She wants to renovate it on beautiful land. Had like a barn, a separate house on the property. Like, just very, very good something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could definitely do some beautiful things with that house at $549,000. Great price. I love the fact that when we see Tiana is selling houses, doing business, and with her kids. But at the same time, the moments when they have mess, Tiana is boisterous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like Tiana. I want to see more from her as well. But I really, really like her. And I like when she was like, this feels good. I was just like, come on, Tiana. Come on, Tiana. You better know your stats, girl. The creator designed the woman's body to have healthy children during certain years. Like the doctor explained so very well, women got to prioritize if having children in real life. It's a goal. I don't know why we're talking about that. I don't know why we're talking about that. But okay. I'm just saying I wasn't talking about that, but I don't know. Okay, so you were having a conversation about Kiana. Gotcha. Okay. I was trying to see what we were talking about. All right. So Kira takes B Simone to see a townhouse, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, 2,271 square feet. Much better. I still felt like the closets looked small. I'm like, is that the size closet that you wanted? Okay. I didn't see a tub. I saw a shower. I did not see a tub. So I was just like, yeah, it's cute, but that wouldn't have worked for me. But it had a really great view. That rooftop spot was the seller. That's what sold that house. Okay. So finally, Kira has brought B Simone to a property that she can fall in love with. Great. It was a lot of light, and I did love that. But the bathroom was not, not what I wanted. Tiffany and Tiana talk about doing a Libra's only birthday get together at the ranch for Kiana, Robin, and the two of them, because everybody is a Libra. And so that's what they, decide to do. We're going to get back to that in a minute. Robin and Crystal meet up. And Crystal says that her energy, Robin's energy is different when she sits down. She was like, is it Dick? And Robin is like, no, not yet. But, this is when we're noticing how boy crazy I feel like Crystal is. And when we're talking about insecurities, like, everything is indicative of some dick. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Yeah, there are some times when you got to rub one out. Like, you have got to get those endorphins going. You have got to get that orgasm out so that your energy can change. Okay, I am fully aware of that. But I also feel like there's something to be said for women that feel like there's no reason to do anything unless there's money and dick involved. I just feel like, bitch, I can be happy without dick. I mean, essentially I can. No, I really can. But not in my current state of being. No, not fully. Okay, but I'm good today. And I haven't gotten any, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, Bondi needs steak. Like, no, they're not gonna say that. But I'm gonna get it. But y'all know what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm just looking at Crystal like, okay, so the first comment was, you want me to run after you, like, you giving me dick, and now you're talking about, oh, she's happy. It must have been some dick. So, it's like everything's about dick. Like, oh my God. Then in the confessional, she says that people may wonder why she keeps Robin around as a friend, because she's a meticulous, strategic person. I'm like, thanks for telling us. We know. And Robin helps her be crazier in a good way. Then she says that Zane is the guy she's dating, who's poly. I love the way she said, Zane would marry me tomorrow, but he's poly. I'm like, what? If he's poly, why would he marry you? Why would he want to marry you if he wants to be poly? Girl, you're talking about being poly because that's what this man wants, but you want to convince us that he's so into you that he would marry you if that's what you wanted, but you're enjoying being single. Crystal, you're lying. Crystal, you're lying. Okay. Thank you, California Cutie. I appreciate that. We had a great time with Robin last night. Listen, hopefully the interview goes viral because we're going to be sharing it and shit. So, maybe it'll make it to the blogs. So Robin looks up Polly, trying to understand what it's all about. And basically, this is a man telling her that at least he's being honest and he's not cheating on her. He's being honest about his relationships with other people. And Crystal says that she could deal with him being with other women, but she doesn't think he can deal with her being with other men. I said, well, then that's not poly. That's not poly. That's you being in an open relationship, a one-sided open relationship, but that's not poly. So it sounds to me like you got some hotep dumbass nigga telling you that he's poly because he wants to be able to fuck you and fuck other women at the same time without lying to you about it. Because lying and feeling guilty is a weight that a lot of people don't feel like carrying. So he's trying to see if you will be insecure enough to go along with this arrangement for the foreseeable future. And you sound insecure enough to go along with it. Robin is trying to understand who the fuck she's talking to. And I think this is when, Robin is just like fully understanding that Crystal will do anything for some dick. She would do anything for some dick, including being in a polyamorous relationship that's not really poly. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, stop. And then she says if anyone would be open to it, it would be Robin, because Robin has had several relationships in her life. Girl, I was like, what does that even fucking mean? Robin had to Google what polyamory was. So I almost feel like, so are you trying to make it sound like Robin is some loose in a puss woman who you can go to with this type of shit because she'll understand? And you're saying it like it's a compliment, but it's really not. Like, that's what that sounded like to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounded like. And so moving on from there, Robin asks if something is brewing between Tiffany and Crystal. And Crystal sits up there and acts like she don't know who the fuck Tiffany is. And she's like, girl, the girl we on the show with, the fuck you talking about? Like, she was like, our girl. She was like, I didn't know she was our girl. But no, I don't have an issue with her. Like, I haven't really got a chance to know her, And Robin says, well, she's really nice. especially, after the way you guys acted like a whole bunch of banshees the other night. And Robin says that Tiffany was able to relate to her feelings of being in the hot seat because, they have gone through similar things. And she had a lot of compassion for her. And Crystal says that she's annoyed because she knows her friend. Robin says that she and Tiffany have a lot in common. And Crystal says, well, Tiffany hasn't been friendly to her, but if she's overly friendly to Robin, it's only because of Robin's business. And I'm like, girl, you sound like when you break up with a nigga and he be like, girl, ain't nobody gonna want you but me. A nigga told me that one time. I was like, a nigga already want me. What you talking about? Broke his face, hurt his feelings, pull a little tink tink. Pull a little tink tink. I don't know why he thought he could tell me that, girl, ain't nobody gonna love me. Ain't nobody gonna love me. Nigga, love me now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Shall I never forget that? Ain't nobody gonna love you. Really? Oh, really? Word. Girl, they gonna love me and you gonna love me too. Okay? To this day, nigga. Like, whatever. Like, still that bitch. I don't know who you was talking to. Anyway, but that's what that sounded like when she said that shit. She is jealous. She is absolutely jealous. Absolutely. I also think she's in fear that Robin is going to replace her as her closing attorney. And so I think at this point, you are trying to glaze over and have this very vapid conversation with Robin because you want to make sure that you're still on Robin's list as her leading attorney for closing. Okay, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into the end of this. Y'all, my dog. Ooh, Lord. Y'all, them flowers that Lyric bought me blooming and it smells so good. Anyway, so y'all, let's go ahead and get into this last little part. So the girls go horseback riding without Crystal and Kira, and they are at a Black Rand Ranch, which I loved. Shout out to Sweet Addictions TV. Candy and her husband have a Black-owned ranch in Georgia as well that I can't wait to go back so I can go and see her. Because I really want to go horseback riding. But anyway, y'all, so they go horseback riding. It wasn't what I wanted it to be because I wanted them to actually like go on a trail. But I think for the camera's sake, it was just easier to have them circle this little bend over and over again and look cute and everything. Like, that's all it was really for, girl. So Robin talks to Tiffany about if she has an issue with Crystal. And y'all, I'm going to just tell y'all that I absolutely noticed that Robin did not want to have this conversation. I absolutely noticed in this moment with the way she asked it that she did not want to ask Tiffany about how she felt about Crystal. Because a lot of people were going to jump to say that she was being messy. But I remember like watching it, like you could tell she don't really want to have this conversation. She didn't want to have the conversation when she was asking Crystal about Tiffany. You could tell. When she wants to talk about something, you can tell the way she thinks about what she wants to say. And when she doesn't want to do it, you can kind of tell this like physical uncomfortableness happening as she's talking. So I picked up that Robin didn't want to have that conversation. So this is definitely the producer part of reality TV, where someone is being told to ask about something that in real life they wouldn't really ask about. But because we're filming a TV show and there's obviously some energy between Crystal and Tiffany, it needs to be discussed amongst the women when they are together because we're filming a reality show. So Kiana is standing like close by, but not really in the conversation. And Tiffany is explaining that she doesn't have an issue with Crystal. She doesn't even really think about Crystal. And she won't reach out to Crystal as Robin suggested because she's not worrying about that bitch feeling. She got too much going on. She got kids, her husband, her new business. Girl, she don't have time to be worrying about how Crystal feels about anything. And Robin says, she understands because as a mother, she gets it. Crystal doesn't have any kids. So Crystal has time to be worried about things like that. Whereas if you have kids and you have all of these things going on with them, that's at the forefront of your mind. Not how some girl who views herself as your competition, but you're not even seeing her, feels about you. Okay? And so Q takes this moment to project and put her situation with her fertility on what Robin was saying. She basically says, well, I don't have kids and I'm not one of those people. And Robin is like, well, I'm not talking about you. It's not about you. Everything isn't about you. But I'm one of those people, and I can't stand when people say things like, oh, because you're not a mother, like you're special or something, like y'all are part of a little club and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, Kiana, like I don't have kids either, my love, and I'm going through my own set of issues. And I feel a lot of times, y'all, I'll see people like announce pregnancies and stuff, and I really be genuinely happy for them. Like my instant thing is to smile and be like, oh, like today. Why am I'm spacing right now? Married at First Sight from New Orleans. Okay, they're pregnant. Okay, and I was so excited for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know her, but I know her by way of a friend. We had been in each other's presence before she was on Married at First Sight, New Orleans. But now, y'all know Woody and Amani. Woody and Amani are pregnant, and they announced it on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, excited for her. But in the back of my mind, I'm also like, are you ever going to get a chance to be in that space? You know what I'm saying? Like, what a blessing to be 2 years into your marriage and pregnant already. You know what I'm saying? So, like, of course, I have the moment of being happy for them, but then also having my own shit in my mind, right? So I specifically understand this situation. But at the same time, viewed Kiana as somebody that was absolutely losing her shit in this moment. Because at the end of the day, I am not a mother. And there are some things about being a mother that I will never understand until I am one. I understand that. I don't need to have the understanding of every experience in life in order for my opinion to be valuable. Okay? But I do recognize that I don't know what it's like to be pregnant. I don't have that perspective. I don't know what it's like to be a mom. I don't have that perspective. I know what it's like to be a daughter and to have a mom. I know what it's like to watch somebody go through a pregnancy, a tough pregnancy, and be there for them. Like, I know that. But no, I don't know what that's like to go through that physically myself. So if somebody tells me, you're not a mother, you don't understand, depending on what it is, I'm going to feel like, you're right, I don't understand. I don't. You know why? Because when my homegirls was trying to get ready for that trip when we went to in New York, y'all, both of them are we on three-way talking about this trip, and both of them got kids in the background screaming, and I'm sitting here in my quiet ass house like, damn, bitch. I'm glad I ain't got no kids. Like, listen, okay. One day, hopefully, fingers crossed. But right now, like, I'm not exactly mad that I don't have somebody to be responsible for besides myself and my husband. Like, I'm not exactly upset about that. So if somebody tells me that I don't understand because I don't have somebody running around my house right now, I'm going to be like, yeah, bitch, I do not. I do not. I do not. I don't understand what it's like. And I'm grateful for that in this moment. Maybe not in every moment, but in this moment, I'm grateful for that. So we can have different experiences and different understandings. That's not going to start no argument. That's not going to start no argument for me. And I understand that Kiana wants us to believe that she was actually triggered in this moment, but it just made me think about how when Kiana wants to have a problem with somebody, I think it doesn't matter what they say. I don't think it matters what they say. I think if she wants to be mad, if she wants to have an issue with you, she's going to have an issue with you no matter if there's a reason for it or not. No matter if the person, you know what I'm saying, like is actually coming at them or not. If she want to have an issue, she's going to have an issue. And I just feel like that's what Kiana is on. And I feel like in this moment, she wanted to have an issue. You wanted to have an issue with Robin. You wanted to project. Like, you're too smart for all of this. Like in that moment, you wanted that. Just like you wanted to show up to Robin's event with the shits. Because you wanted to make sure that nobody else was working with her, either. I really do feel like there has to be some conversation behind the scenes with the ladies where I feel like they have decided that they want to make Robin look like the crazy person. And so whenever they get an opportunity to do that, I think that's what they do. Like, and then when she tells me that she tells everybody that her and Crystal are really friends, like, yeah, y'all are on the same wavelength. Y'all are doing the same shit. I cannot wait for y'all to see this interview with Robin. I can't wait. Cause so much, I'm not telling y'all a lot. Like, I'm really like giving y'all a little bit. But if you were there, she gave so much backstory, and information about some of these situations so that you will really understand why I feel the way I feel about it, which is that, yeah, Robin got her shit with her like anybody else does, but Kiana and Crystal are being manipulative. And because it's not happening the way they want it to happen, now they're mad and they're having temper tantrums. Right, Bondy? It shouldn't cause no argument. I think that heifer wanted to start with her. She didn't come at her fertility. Like, no, you don't have a kid. You don't have a kid. So you're not going to understand all the time what it's like for people who don't have the space to worry about certain things because they have children to be responsible for. So that child comes first. I imagine if I have a child, there are a lot of things that will go into the back of my mind that at one point were at the front. Like, I'm sure that's what's supposed to happen. So no, I don't have that understanding at this moment. Why would I? She still mad about them contracts. And when Robin corrected her misunderstanding, the 500 she just saw, that's what I said. She did it in that moment. We were supposed to table it at the dinner, and she didn't want to table it, even though she kept saying she would. They discussed it. She still wanted to be mad. And then we come to this moment, and you're arguing with somebody who wasn't even really talking to you about something that you know for a fact you don't have any kids. So there are certain things about having a kid that you don't understand. And I'm sorry, but having a kid, yeah, okay, everybody can have a kid essentially. But I do think being a mother and being a good mother and being a mother that is about her children does make you special. I think it does. It's a very important job. It's a very important thing to be the type of person that is a good mother, that pours into their children positively, that puts your bullshit to the background so your children can have a less traumatic experience growing up than you. I think it definitely makes you special. And to me, Tiana and Tiffany seem like, and those are the two that I have seen interacting with their children. But talking about Tiffany seems like a mother who is enthralled with what her kids have going on, and definitely seeming like she doesn't have time to wonder what any of the other ladies feel about her because of those responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Richie is interviewing Crystal on Monday. Okay, well, I might watch DJ Richie Sky because I follow DJ Richie Sky. I might check it out. But like I said, I'm not really interested because I feel like she's not gonna say anything different than what she's been saying. And I don't trust anything she's been saying because I've watched her lie on camera. So if I've watched you lie on camera, am I really supposed to believe what you say in an interview? Thank you. Thank you. Tiana, Tiffany, and Robin are the women I would be around for sure. They're not haters, very real and genuine. Yes. Yes. And I appreciated that Tiana didn't even really know Robin like that. And there were several times where it seemed like Robin was being shaded unnecessarily. And Tiana was like, I don't know if I would say all that. Or what is going on? Like Tiana and Tiffany definitely come off like the cool clique with Robin. You know what I'm saying? And not even a clique, but just a group of women that are less humbuggish, if you ask me. Oh yeah. Okay, saw that. I'm sorry, hit my mic. Q likes to pick shit out of nowhere just for kicks and giggles, and we, the audience, aren't having it. We're not. Can't gonna beef with Robin. That's what it feels like. I wish they started to dress appropriately when they make plans like that. What you mean? Very true. Who wasn't dressed appropriately? Do you feel like Kiana wasn't dressed appropriately? Like who wasn't dressed appropriately? Do you mean at the ranch? What do you mean? Right, very true. It's a lot of women who have babies that aren't necessarily mothers, and that's why I was making that differentiation because there's a whole bunch of y'all that can fuck on a nigga and get pregnant. That don't make you special. But being a active, loving mother that pours into their children to the point that they don't have time to be worried about shit that doesn't matter because they have to worry about pouring into these little humans adequately and then pouring into themselves adequately and then pouring into their husband adequately. Like, no, I understand not having the time for certain things once those are your priorities. Not give the lady attitude because you dress for the camera and not the activity. Who did that? That's too funny. My sister has 3 children, and while it looks joyful, it is also stressful and time consuming. Who you telling? I imagine that I wouldn't be able to do as much work as I do if I had a kid right now. So, like, y'all better know that if and when I have a child, y'all are not gonna get as much bonding. So enjoy these times, okay? Enjoy the times of me not having a child because I don't think I would be able to keep up this same amount of work. So the truth of the matter is, it may not really be what need to happen right now for me because I'm on the upward tick, bitch. Okay. It's so damn funny how Crystal created that fake ass scene with her daddy. You telling me that you work in real estate and forgot your rich dad paid off his house 20 years ago in 2002. Same thing I was thinking. Like, how do you not know that? Um, yeah, Aquarian Goddess. Yeah, she was uncomfortable in them stilettos, sinking into that dirt and wanted to transfer that negative energy. That is too funny. Are you reviewing Love is Blind? I need your opinion because Shayna Child, I dislike her ass. Are y'all talking about season 1 or season 2? Because I've never watched it. At least I don't think. No. I think I did watch the first season where they went on dates and then they would have on, they would be on a date and they wouldn't be able to see each other. I just never watched it to the end, but I started the first season and stopped watching. Is everybody watching season 2 right now? Is that what's going on? Okay. Q was dressed for the camera at the barn, not to enjoy herself. Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Also, if you can be around women that will just let you be yourself and not put you down for it, that's what you can call an amazing friend. Yes. And for me, that's really hard. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's really, really hard. So that's why I love, you know what I'm saying? Like I love the friend that I have because we definitely are equally yoked in a way of celebrating each other's differences in a way that we haven't experienced from other women in our lives. Like as far as friends, they haven't enjoyed the fact, like even girl, listen, even when it comes down to the music and salsa dancing and like, being the geeky girl, you know what I'm saying? Being a witchy girl, being a black girl that's into different shit. Like, it's important to have people that understand you and don't judge you for being who you are. Q said they're essentially painting her to be the bad guy. I don't believe that. I don't believe that either. And wait till y'all find out about the order. Like, just wait till y'all see this. I'm really over the Robin pity party. What you mean, a pity party? Where's there a pity party? My mom passed, and I'm now responsible for my baby brother. Stressed out is not to have. Trying to make sure they get through the grieving process is terrible when you're grieving as well. Whew, that sounds like a lot. Praying for your TT girl. Stay lifted. I love that show. I'm hooked on Love Is Blind. Shayna is cray cray. Okay, so y'all are talking about season 2. I also think Kiana setting up Robin and the young real estate agent girl, Kira, to talk at Tiffany event was a plot against Robin. It backfired. I think so too. You could tell by the way she was having that conversation with her. As soon as Kiana ignored the comment that Kira made about older agents, I was like, Kiana, what the fuck? Like, you're an older agent. You gonna act like if Kira wasn't your little protege, you wouldn't have felt shaded by that comment? God willing, you don't have kids, but would be A1, but let me stay out. I'm projecting. Y'all, everybody projects on my womb. You didn't do it in a way that annoyed me, so thank you. Some people think as soon as you have a difference or disagree that the friendship is over. Nah, not at all. Q is simply doing all the work herself. They can't paint anything about you if you don't give them the content to do so. This is true as well. Q wanted to be the star and that didn't happen. That's what I believe. You can tell based off this. It seems like Robin can't stand to be confronted on the shady things that she does. Watch the interview. Watch the interview because I don't think that's what it is. I think that Robin has been confronted several times. And I think it's a difference when you feel like you're being ganged up on and nobody told you that it was supposed to be, a gang up on you party. But I think you should watch the interview with her and see what she says. Q doesn't take accountability for her actions. She doesn't. Q is mad that she now sees how she comes off to other people. It's not the way she perceives it in her mind and she can't handle it. And that's the truth of the matter. Like, based off of what is going on reality TV, a lot of people, when they come on reality TV for the first time, don't understand how they're going to be depicted until it happens. And then, they either make changes, they run, or they double down. It just depends. Crystal really shocked me. I just can't believe how backstabbing and hurtful she really is. She's when you think someone is your friend and just wants to take it all. Whew. What pity party. Real people recognize real and know that people can be flawed, but someone fake and phony is worse. At least Robin keeps it 100. And that's what I like about Robin, the honesty. From the first episode. I'm flawed. I have issues. I was put in a situation where I felt like I was going to have to fight more than one girl. Okay. And it was a situation where I blew my top. Robin didn't even want to have a conversation. She just wanted to squash before they went outside. Right. She didn't even want to talk. You could tell. Right, because the way she said what she said to Robin about I'm one of those people when it came to the kid thing, she didn't have the same energy for the older agent comment. Come on now. Draw the comparison. Crystal can redeem herself, but only with accountability. She's so beautiful. You want to like her, don't you? Q definitely felt shaded by the old people comment. Remember, she said it to her husband and courtesy laughed. I know she did, because she was like, but then proceeded to act as if she had no idea why Robin felt the way she felt about Kira. Child, I think the interview is going to be out before the new episode airs on Friday. So y'all go on Jamie That's Me's channel on Friday and look for that interview. Right. Being flawed and problematic is two different things to a certain extent. Absolutely. Because everybody's flawed, but everybody isn't problematic. Everybody ain't problematic. Okay. Somebody that's always trying to create an issue all the fucking time. Kira can be replaced. She is very childish. I am going to review Jocelyn's Cabaret just as I do every week, my love. I'm just not going to do it today. And if I do it today, it won't be live. But honestly, I'll see, because I don't feel like it right now. Honestly, I feel like I need to just get off and, chill, call my husband, see where he at. But I might come back to y'all in a pre-recorded video because StreamYard is not showing me no love and I'm tired of them playing with me. Okay, so it might be a pre-recorded situation, but either way, that's all I have to say. I love you guys so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this long ass live, this long ass review, girl. Okay, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you like the video on the way out, share it with your people. Okay, make sure to follow Jamie, that's me, and the rest of the Ooh Ladies First panel, so y'all will know whenever we are, giving y'all that hot shit. All right. And don't forget to become a member on BondyBlueShow.com. Okay? Become a member on BondyBlueShow.com. I send notifications through push notifications. If you have the app, you get notifications that way as well. I have to get better about posting things, so y'all will know about them there as well for videos. So get ready. All right? But yeah, we're going to go watch this Versus now that it's free. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.